glad you're here. So glad you're here in this present. Isn't it a gift? I think so. So yeah. So I want to talk about a butterfly friend. I always have to mention those little animals that have really cool messages for us. I'll just get to it quickly. I guess this was a few months ago when I was getting messages for a client, and so this butterfly comes in the house because I have my window wide open, and I'm like, oh, hey there, hey butterfly, you're so cute. Oh, thank you, you're such a blessing and such a messenger, yay. And so eventually, I was like, well, I'm gonna let this butterfly back outside. It may be stuck. It seems to be stuck. It's trying to flitter and flap on the other window that's closed. So I put it on my finger. I was like, hey, okay. Put my hand out the window. Okay, you can go. Nope. Didn't go anywhere. I was like, all right. So it flew back to the window. I'm like, okay, after a while I did the same thing. Okay, you can go outside now. It did not fly off. So we did this a lot of times. And I also went outside with it. Okay, we're standing outside. You can fly off now. It would never, each time, I'd go back in the house eventually. I didn't set it down. I just wanted to see what would happen. What does it want to do? Maybe it wants to be around me. Most people may think animals, they don't want to be around people. But I'm letting it decide, okay? And so I'm like, okay, if you want to hang out with me, I had the window open this whole time the butterfly was around. So went back upstairs and just had the window wide open, no screen. And I decided, okay, it might have been the next day. I don't know. It was still there. I think it was there for 3 days total. I put it on my finger. I was like, okay, let's go to the garden. So I drove to this specific garden to get it some water, some flowers. Okay, you drink and I just wanted to see, if it wanted to fly off. It could clearly fly because it always flew at my house. And so it stayed on my finger this whole drive. I went to this garden, the gas station, a school, a library, and then back home, and it was still here. So I was like, okay, if you want to stay with me, all right. And I think it was the second or third day, because this was a little while ago, went into one of my rooms and it flew directly to this little sign I had on a mirror. The only sign I have in my house, or had in my house at this time, because sometimes I'll put little reminder signs. Sometimes there's like 20 of them because, well, if you've done work with me, I'm all about that signage. It works. So yeah, it flew right to it, and I've got, it was like flapping there, and it was like, hey, and literally at that moment I was thinking something that I needed to have that sign. Butterfly's like, hey, you get what you believe, you get what you focus on, you get what you think about, you get what you put energy into, you get what you intend. I mean, there's so much to it other than this one little sign, but that was a great messenger. I was like, all right, thanks. Thank you everyone who likes my video, who shares it, who donates, who works with me as a client. I love you. You were such a blessing to me. Like, you light up my life, and I really hope that I am able to do the same. And I know from feedback in our email exchanges that your life is amazing, getting amazing, and just so happy. I know I've had the best, the last few years have been just amazing. Every year gets better and better, and that's how it's supposed to be, right? Just living in that moment, allowing the bliss, allowing the presence of the present. And I know I'm living my freaking dreams. Oh my gosh. So I was just thinking, actually I have had several butterflies kind of retire on me, spend their last days, moments with me. It's interesting, they'll just kind of fly to me or fly to my daughter. I have so much to talk about her as well, being a life path 11. She is, myself, a life path 33. Well, if you use Chaldean, I think it's a little bit different. Yeah, we have numerology to talk about. We're in 2022. I have waited so many years, probably like 10 years for this year, because I think it was about 2011 I really started feeling numbers specifically. I was like, wow, what is happening on the 22nd of every month? This is crazy. And that's where I became obsessed with numerology, numbers, calculating literally everything around me all the time, and people. I'd be like, hey, I bet you're a life path 5. Hey, could I, like, what's your birthday? I have to know. And hey, I think you're having an 8-day. Let's check it out. And it's like, yes, you are. I knew it. Yeah, I'm just really excited. I love numerology and energy just as much as energy. And it's funny because one day I was like looking at something. I was like, it happened to be Einstein's birthday. I was like, wait, we have the exact same numbers. Yeah, he was into energy and numbers as well. Hey, it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, your birthday and how many of each number, what each number was, I mean, that really has a lot to do with who you are and what you're into and your destiny or, but I'm all about not like what you're programmed. I mean, your divine path, of course, that's what it's all about, but you want to be in that flow, but also like what can we do to affect the future and manifest and have it be the best that it can, and working with those energies. And that's why I love calculating people's energies each month and each year and what their cycles are and what their life path is. It really helps, and I just do this as a little addition to my sessions. So we go through a few different things, a little bit of some astrology that you actually, I'm not really into the astrology that's like, oh, here's what's going to happen. You don't really have anything that you can do about it. I do what you do have an effect on. Like, here's where this energy is, and if you go towards it, life probably will be a lot better. Let me tell you, and because I have done that, and life, wow, just opened up at that point. So I share all these things with my clients, and you can use it for dating, like compatible numbers, and even like, say you're getting, some people, get married and take on a new name, and it's like, oh, well, how will this change me? Because your name has numbers in it. Each letter has a corresponding number, and you want to see how this will affect you, how this will change your vibration, because it will. And although I'm all about having the divine name. I'm not really into taking someone else's name. Just what spirit guides, God, source, whatever you want to say it. I think about 2011 was when I really started receiving my divine names. And I use that for my daughter as well. So many signs, so many messages. Even others got what her name was. So, our parents could give us the name, but if they weren't like really in that divine alignment at the time, you may feel like there's something off there. You may have a spirit name that you feel more resonant with, or that at a certain period of time in your life, you may feel that using that is more powerful for you. I mean, that's your power name. Especially when you get all these signs about it, you're like, whoa. Every time I ask, it's like right there, even if it's super rare, which is awesome. But if you were born, if your parents were in tune, that's awesome too. Of course, that birth name will have a big effect on you. But that's what I love about being a woman. Like, we get to upgrade our name, but not really because of the husband thing. Like, I'll never take a guy's name, I don't think. But I am all about my spiritual, divine marriage and commitment, and that's, I do it my way. I do it Spirit's way, okay? So, but I love that choice. Almost gives you permission. But even, I think the guys that are around me, they don't have their baby name. It's like, that's an old vibration. And carrying that old frequency, especially past your Saturn return, may not help you, because I see a lot of people are limited. I like to help people get out of those limitations. And so that's one thing, is like shifting your name energy, shifting your location to something that's more feasible for you, shifting your obviously everything, your awareness. We go through so many things just to get you out of that stuck mentality of like, why can't I manifest as well? There's a lot of things you can change here, and let's just see where the energies will be like more in your favor. So yeah, that's I love doing that. I mean, people on the street, they're like, oh my gosh, we just talked for 5 minutes, my whole life has changed. I'm like, good. All right, this is good stuff. One thing I think that blocks people, this should be like a number one rule of life. When you turn 18 and a half, somewhere around there, move out of your mommy and daddy's house. Yes, it's like a big one. I know when I turned 18, I got this humongous deal and this amazing contract for like the next 4 years. I was like, oh, thank goodness, this is awesome, because I was ready to get out of there. Let me tell you, because the energy was so in contrast to my being. My energy just was explosive and just like, I began to excel and became me. Otherwise, you know, from the home environment, I was just channeling, you know, my mother's energy, and she had all these issues, and I would crave like her foods I don't even like, and it's just like, oh, being an empath, it's rough. So I'm like, yeah, that's like a #1 rule, like either live alone or with a high vibe, awesome people. For me, it was like intelligent roommates, so I was making like awesome grades in college, and you know, I had this like full ride, getting paid lots of money. So, you know, I know some people take care of their sick parents, but yeah, I've just seen the clients that I've had issues with, you know, you can't be two forever. Honestly, I just have to say it, like, you just gotta move out. 18 is a good time to do it, and recommend it. Otherwise, you're just gonna be limited your whole life. I know certain cultures, the family sticks together and everything. I just disagree with that, and I don't think it's good for your energy, because I've seen the effect it has and see how it makes people, you know, just very like needy and not relying on spirit, source, God. You're still going to be reliant on parent and people, and that's low vibration, that's 3D. It's not, you're not going to learn the lessons that I, for instance, am teaching here. So that's like #1. I'll just tell you right now, so I don't have to like say it in an email. Your higher awareness, your higher attunement is what is most aligning, because it is present. It's going to show you at the right time what to do and what to, what you know, the right thing is going to bring you the right thing at the right moment. And what's the base of that? Love, joy. That's how you get to that. And you know, I find fasting to really tap me into that, and running and skipping, dancing. So I mean sometimes, you know, like there'll be a drum circle and I'm like, woo! Like I found, you know, myself in one a few months ago, just in town, being like the only one dancing, and like hundreds of people surrounding you, and I danced for an hour straight, no alcohol. But just, I mean, because it's like, why would you not? You know, because fear, obviously. Like if I say, oh, I won't because I'm afraid of what people will think. Well, that's fear. And I love dancing because dancing is channeling energy. And so I always want to be doing that. And so I always want to be fully in that moment. That's why I'm excited all the time. People are like, you're always smiling. I remember some guy was like, hey, I've seen you. You're the one always smiling. And he went on this whole story about how it changes people's lives. And I'm like walking on the street smiling. I'm like, all right, wow, I didn't know anyone noticed what was going on. But I mean, I feel like I'm pretty serious half the time. So I don't know what he was talking about. But apparently every time he sees me, I'm smiling. But yeah, so I'm just smiling, dancing down the street. Just, yeah, because I'm happy to be manifesting the life of my dreams. And every day gets better the day before. And, especially 2022. I mean, so 2022 is the year of healing, a year of love. So 2 energy is amazing. Your partnership, or a number of partnerships, excuse me. But 6, that's my life path. You know, that's healing, blessings, fertility. That's Venus energy, beauty. So may want to redecorate your house, want to grow on your house. I've found myself already getting more organized and just channeling this awesome energy. And then someone I know had all these amazing things happening. I was like, wait, let me see what year you're having. They were also having a 6 energy. I'm like, I'm at 6th year. So like, hey, you're gonna be like the best year ever. But like I said, I've been waiting for this year for so long because it is just 222. I mean, we got the angel number there, and you can't always put it into words. I mean, if you feel energy, like I always notice on the 22 days, so that's 2-2. That's a 4 energy. So that would be like master building. I always like created these incredible things, and you know, being a 6 though, that is also about creation, and well, 33, 6 is creation, but 6 is also about, since it is ruled by Venus, yeah, it's about that creation and that feminine energy. And 6, I think on the what is it, that tree of life, it is the center. And so all of these other, so like being a 6, I kind of like to be alone, but then like just everyone is connected to you. If you notice, the tree of life is like everyone is connected to the 6, and so you're going to be possibly like really connected to everyone. I've noticed in 3 energy that you're just like party time, sunshine, everything is, but the 6, you know, if you look at the tarot, it's like going back to the past, visiting with old friends, family, and, you know, maybe having a lot of events at your house, at people's houses. Just, wow. I mean, ever since New Year's, it's just like channeling that divine love again. And you become in alignment with that creator energy. You're creating, you're in health, you know. I know when I run, it's just like this joy and this dance and this, I mean, there's no question as to alignment, you know, there's no question. You're going to be happy. Of course, you all, I've got my super energizing sessions that I do remotely, and it's not through video. I come to you energetically, and people, like I've said, even see me sometimes, but yeah, it's, I'm not a ghost in the room. So the last couple of sessions, I did some in-person sessions lately, and so what happened, one person, and hey, if you're watching, I don't know, watches my videos, so so I did his whole body, and then I scanned him again. I was like, whoa, he's got something in his shoulders. And so, you know, after I did the initial cleaning, I could really feel it. So I went down, and so I've got my hands above his shoulders, and his head is like right here, you know, right here, and then so shoulders, so I go like this and literally start like working his shoulders. My hands are above his shoulders, and he starts like, I think it was like this, or I'm trying to remember how, if it was alternating or kind of like this for like 2 minutes straight. And I'm like, whoa, and I'm pulling out all this energy out of his shoulders. And I tell him at the end, and he's like, oh, I wasn't aware that that was happening. I was like, you didn't feel that? Like, I was like excited for you to tell me all about that. And so during my remote sessions, a lot of this stuff happens. Sometimes people don't even know that it's going on, but yeah, you might be twitching a lot as you're releasing. It feels like you fell into a deep sleep. Your eyes will be twitching, your mouth might be swallowing, your body have all these little twitches. Sometimes your whole body will be shaking, but don't worry, it's all good. And then the other one, I was scanning her, and then like, whoa, like there was the strongest energy in her like solar plexus, sacral. And then later she told me something. I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. It might have been what was going on, but at the same time, it felt more like an attachment, and weird because I had a weird shift when I said that. So the thing, the energy like came out, but then it came after me. Like I could feel it around me, and I was like, whoa, 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 no, nope, I'm not your new territory. It's like this energy, just like you could feel it come up, you know, and I'm like, whoa. And so, I mean, often you just have to remove certain things from people's bodies, and obviously have your protection going on, not be a magnet to anything. And I've exchanged stories with pastors about entities and, you know, people who do exorcisms, and we've described the exact same things. The whole reason I'm a healer is because Jesus said, go cast out demons and heal the sick. And like, if you remove one of those things, whatever issue the person is having is going to be gone. I mean, they're hand in hand. Their emotional issue will be gone. Their physical, I mean, it affects so many things. It'll affect patterns in your life. I mean, everything. It's on whatever level you change, it will affect every other level. So maybe coming to me, working on the spiritual level, getting rid of the energy attachment. It could be, you could fast to do it. I mean, there's so many things, but why not do them all? And same thing with this virus. Why not, you know, like I'm here to do energy sessions if you want to go that route. And I hope hope you guys have been having an amazing year. Have the best year ever. Year of love and joy, because I think that's what this year is all about. But just to ground it in for the rest of your life. If you don't enjoy this 3 dimension, you're not going to go off into the other dimensions. It's all about tapping into the peak frequency in all ways, and ridding that which is destructive, old news, old vibration that's not any longer in harmony with where you are now. That's why being present is so important. So I'm here to help raise your frequency. Of course, you can soulsempower.com is my website. You can always contact me, and of course I'm always doing this. You can always reach out to my site and reach out for a session, and I love doing all these calculations. We'll see where you're at, and I love you, my clients. I'm always thinking about y'all, and I'm like, oh, like energetically I'm like sending little hey memos. So that's me. If you think about me, I'm like hey. But anyway, so yeah, if you want to I don't know, get something for extra protection, get some energy for extra protection for the virus. I mean, now, you know, people are still manifesting getting it, even if they've had the shot. So I haven't manifested. I think my family's been pretty good. I don't really know that many people who've really got it. And I don't know a single conscious person who manifests the reality. You know, getting sick is, you're deciding that you can, first of all. If you decide, you know what, I'm not going to allow myself to get colds, flus, sicknesses, or anything like that. Like, I don't get sick. It's been, man, I mean, most of when I was a kid, I got sick. I decided one day, I was like, you know what, F that. Like, why would I ever want to get sick? It sucks. So I don't get sick. Like, I really don't get sick. Sick is, you know, it's a decision. It's based on stress. It's based on anxiety and low vibrational things. Get rid of all low vibrational things, and you're cool. You'll be healthy, right? I know a lot of you are doing that. So, hey, isn't it great? Like, life is just great. I mean, it's just like you pass the threshold, and it's like, oh, it's awesome. So yeah, love you all, and I've got more awesome videos in store. So yeah, say hi to the butterflies out there, and transform yourself. What are you gonna transform this year, huh? Yeah, something to think about. And manifest miracles, manifest your divine alignment, divine will. I mean, this is a turning point. This is it. Like that Michael Jackson, this is it. Like, this is the year. And I just think the whole world, you know, like, now is that transformative time. And, you know, we're in that coronation. That's what we're here realizing. We're here to do now. And much more about that later. So, all right. Ta-ta. Ciao.